Hi guys, and welcome back to Indie in Question. So today I wanted to talk about the urge to dilute yourself and all like your energy, like your own selfness to fit into a social group. Usually, honestly, I've noticed this so much in high school. I just graduated high school. I was a senior. Now I'm going to be a freshman in college this fall. But when you're in like a certain social situation, it's so hard not to like try and fit the social standards of this group, and you don't even realize you're doing it a lot of the time. But I started thinking about this more recently because I'm in a lot stabler of a friend group, and the people around me have like helped me change as a person and been able to reflect more. But I know a lot of people are struggling with the same thing, and I just wanted this to be like a little reminder to like look at what's happening around you, question if something's really cringy or if you're just uncomfortable with yourself. That's gonna be a main theme of this episode, and let's just jump right in. Okay, I want to start with a disclaimer. This is not going to be like the easiest situation. Getting out of a friend group, if you are stuck in a friend group that's toxic to you, is always going to be difficult. It's always going to hurt someone's feelings. There's always going to be mixed complications. It's going to suck. But being in a friend group that treats you well, has good like social norms, and like treats other people with kindness, and just all overall has like a happy energy is so important. It's gonna be a lot harder in like things like high school, because or middle school would be the worst example. Middle school sucked for me, but there's kind of a limited number of people you can talk to when you're in school. But once you graduate, it's like this like giant pool opens up, and you don't realize it now if you're in school, but there's so many more people out there. There's so many more things you can do. College is so different. I'm not in college yet, but there's so many more opportunities to like grow your circle, and like even if you wanted to move somewhere or do something completely different with your life, you totally have the ability to, and like create a circle of people who like express kindness and don't cringe at other people's joy, their like happiness, their success. If you find yourself cringing at those things, it's often a reflection of you like your smallness that you have inside yourself. You feel like you can't do anything with it because, oh, I have to be small. I'm being humble by like not taking up this space. But you have to take up the space. You have to like be this big energetic person to like create room for other people. It's not limited. There's so much space. You just have to be free to like express yourself. And it's so important. I like am learning to do that myself. Even I am always been like a loud, like bubbly, and like happy person, but especially when I was younger, there's like such a social norm to be like the cool person, to not like act a certain way that's like cringe or embarrassing or too much. It's always too much, but you are like forced into these social norms and you don't realize you're doing it, but you're killing off parts of your personality, and it's like the best parts of your personality, the parts where you're like kind and like helpful to others and you just have joy. Like having a sense of joy is so rational. Like it's totally something you should be doing. And even for myself, I've like had trouble like starting this podcast. I've been like, okay, I'll wait another week. Oh, I have to get this done before I need equipment. Yeah, no, I'm filming this with my iPhone. I don't have any microphone. This is propped up on a window, and I'm on vacation in a random like room. I found this place. Don't know what it is. It's unlocked. But what I really wanted to speak about, sorry, my phone's in that way. Like when you put up these walls around yourself and like you're this fake version of yourself because you want to fit into this group, you only like let in like the fake people. So you're like creating this circle of people, and they all don't match your values because you're not expressing your values. And I was in like a group at one point where it was totally normal to like talk shit about people, especially behind their back. Like one girl would be gone for the day and we would all talk shit about her. Like it was normal. Every single girl in the group talked shit about each other. There was like one girl who didn't, and I ended up being friends with her long term. She's a really nice person, but she actually stayed in the friend group longer than me, and she had a hard time. Okay, I'm not gonna name drop her, but she knows who she is, and if you're watching this, I'm sorry for exposing your situation, but she stayed in the friend group after they were mean to me, and I was like, okay, I cannot handle how mean they are and like how it's a social norm in this group, and I left that like 3 years ago. But this year, she got out of that group, and they were ridiculously mean to her, and it was just like normal to talk terribly about one another, and so they all had like this animosity, and it was constantly uncomfortable in the group. It was like every single lunch period I would go to, I'd be like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. Like I don't want to go to lunch. Like I probably would have wanted to go home every day, and I did. Oh my gosh, I just spit everywhere, but that's okay. Like, do the people around you reflect the traits you want to see in yourself? Because that's like such an important factor in this, because if you're not like being able to reflect these traits, you're just gonna grow into the people around you who have these negative traits, and it gets like worse and worse, and you dig yourself into a hole because you think you can't get out of this. But you need to reflect on your group. If the people around you are unkind to you or to other people, it's gonna reflect on you, and it's gonna make you a more negative person. I kind of got excited about that, guys, but I really want you to like push back at that wall of like cringiness. Like it's gonna be uncomfortable to fully express yourself, like pretty much always, unless you're already in like an amazing situation with like amazing friends and amazing support system. It's always going to be difficult to like fully express yourself because of social norms, especially because of women. Women are like taught to stay in their smallness and like have this like humble little area. Oh, I'm not going to take up space because I'm leaving room for other people. You know who's going to take that space? This is a quote from one of my favorite podcasters. You know who's going to take up the space that you're leaving for other people? Some asshole. Like some person who fully doesn't deserve it. That's a quote from Florence Given. I highly recommend listening to her podcast also, and I have her book. It's on the floor over there. But like, you need to be able to take up the space in yourself and like not dilute your energy for other people, or else you're gonna remain this ingenuine version of yourself consistently forever, and without like any growth. You want to stay the same person who's talking bad about someone behind their back, and then you're in this toxic situation of like confronting people, having issues, and then there's always this animosity in your group because of this. Or the people around you, they cringe at other things. They're not directly mean, but they cringe at people's like expression, like when someone's really excited about something and they're happy, they're like, oh, why is she so excited about this? They're like, oh, why does she get to act like this? Why does she get to have more like space than me? Why does she get to take up more space than me? Why does she get to have more joy than me? When people do that, they are expressing their like inner issues, like their inner want to like take up that space and like be who they really are, but they feel like they can't because of these social norms, and so especially women tend to reinforce them, and so we're like stuck in this like constant like battle against ourselves because of the patriarchy. But that's for a different episode. I just really want more like, especially young women, to like question how they talk about other people, what they're doing to themselves, and are you like diluting your own personality to fit in with a social group? Because if you have to like be a lesser version of yourself for a group of people, it's honestly probably not right for you. Also, I'm sorry if it's super echoey in here. Like I'm just in a random room that was unlocked, so there's like a bunch of old people books in here though. We'll see if I cut that out. If not, welcome to the old people room. I want to finish this off by like, I have been wanting to do this for so long. This is my form of like self-expression, and I'm like starting to share with my friends, and I'm really nervous about it. I know my friends are like amazing people, but I know there's like people in my past who would have like looked at this and like laughed at me, or they would have just been outright mean. Like they would have said, she's taking up too much space. Like these examples that I'm having would have happened to me. Like I was that girl in that friend group. And I just want you to look around and think about who you surround yourself with. Don't dilute yourself for others. Have fun. Be happy. Have joy. Have a good day. I will see you next Thursday. Bye.